Imagine the world disappearing. No trees, no soil, no voices, just the sun, the salt, and the sharks. On January 30th, 2014, a ghost-like man drifted onto a remote beach in the Marshall Islands. He was bearded, emaciated, and clutching a knife. He had been missing for 14 months. This is not a movie. This is the impossible true story of Salvador Alvarenga. November 17th, 2012, Costa Azul, Mexico. Salvador Alvarenga, a veteran fisherman, prepares for a high-stakes mission. The goal? Deep-sea sharks. The prize? A massive payday. Alvarenga isn't alone. With him is 22-year-old Ezequiel Cordoba, a local man hired at the last minute. They plan to be out for 30 hours. They carry a GPS, a radio, and 2 tons of ice, but they are missing one vital thing: a roof. 70 miles offshore, the Norte hits. A massive storm with winds so fierce they whip the ocean into a frenzy. The engine coughs, then it dies. The 2 men are now at the mercy of the North Pacific Gyre, a conveyor belt of water that leads to nowhere. The storm lasted 5 days. When it finally cleared, Mexico was gone. The radio was dead. The GPS fried by salt water. They dumped their heavy haul of fish to stay afloat. 2 tons of profit gone. Hunger is a slow burn, but thirst is a scream. With no fresh water, they resorted to the unthinkable. They tracked the movements of sea turtles. They caught them, flipped them, and drank their blood to survive. Alvarenga became a predator. He learned to catch triggerfish with his bare hands by sticking his fingers into the water as bait. He caught seagulls by sitting perfectly still, waiting for them to land on the boat's edge. Survival was a full-time job, but the mind was harder to manage than the stomach. 4 months in, the physical toll was devastating, but the psychological breaking point had arrived. Ezequiel Cordoba, the younger man, couldn't stomach the raw bird meat anymore. He grew weak. He began to hallucinate. Cordoba eventually stopped eating. He died of starvation and despair in the hull of the boat. For 6 days, Alvarenga kept the body. He spoke to it. He treated Cordoba as if he were still alive because the alternative, total isolation, was more terrifying than death. Finally, reality set in. Alvarenga washed the body and slid his only companion into the deep. He was now truly alone. Months bled into seasons. Alvarenga's world was only 9 feet wide. To stay sane, he mapped the ocean. He learned to read the clouds. He memorized the patterns of the stars. He saw ships, dozens of them. He waved, he screamed, he signaled with a small mirror. But from the bridge of a massive freighter, a tiny white boat looks like a piece of floating trash. He was a ghost, drifting through the busiest shipping lanes on Earth, unseen. He calculated he had traveled over 5,000 miles. His skin was leather, his joints were swollen with scurvy. He had survived on a diet of raw shark liver and rainwater. He had forgotten what land felt like, until the birds changed. January 30th, 2014, Alvarenga spots a mountain of green rising from the blue. Ebon Atoll, a tiny speck in the Marshall Islands. He doesn't trust his eyes. He thinks it's another hallucination. But the sound is different. It isn't the crash of deep-sea swells. It's the roar of surf hitting a reef. The boat is destroyed on the coral. Alvarenga, barely able to walk, crawls through the shallows. His feet touch sand, real, solid, unmoving earth. He finds a small house. A local couple looks out to see a man who looks like he has returned from the grave. He is naked, clutching a knife, and shouting in a language they don't understand. The journey was over. 438 days, 6,700 miles. The world was shocked. Many didn't believe him. They called it a hoax until doctors and oceanographers verified the drift patterns and the physical state of his body. Alvarenga returned to his family, but the ocean never truly left him. He suffered from a profound fear of the water for years. Why did he survive when others didn't? It wasn't just the turtle blood or the raw fish, it was the refusal to let the silence win. Alvarenga's story teaches us that the human spirit is more durable than any vessel we can build. We are capable of enduring the impossible as long as we keep looking at the horizon.